All right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening to another episode of Full Buddy Cast presents Garage Night. Garage Night brought to you by Bordeaux Wine Bar and Mazatlan. We lost JK. We didn't lose Cole Street Brewery as a sponsor. 1627 Cole Street. Say hi to Sean. Wear your hoodie. Get 25% off. And then also, we went to Bordeaux the other night. Me and Jamie did. Got to see everyone. I just realized one more. Okay, there we go. And then Mazatlan went there as well, twice in 1 week. It was nice. Went there with Desi for Valentine's Day, and then also went back with Jacqueline Morgley and her husband Dave. So she's Jacqueline Loibel now. So that was a fun time too. Just good times all around. I got to move this so I can see my wonderful co-host's name or face. Not his name, but his face.
I got a name tag on.
But let's say their names. We've got Craig Bentley on the mic.
I can't believe this chair is still here. It is hard.
My chair is still very soft.
And so is mine. It's like the Craig Bentley and the Three Bears.
The mystery of the hard chair.
We got Craig and Corey Bentley on the mic. Once again, shout out to Lee Sinkovich. He just a huge sponsor. He angry faced it again. I don't know if he's listened yet. Oh, and by the way, I want to get your guys' answer on this before we do. I just wanted to get this out there real quick. Today's episode is our top 5 biggest pet peeves, and we're going to get into that. So I want you guys right now. This gives you an opportunity to grab a sheet of paper, grab a pencil or a pen, and start writing down your pet peeves. We'll read them as well. But we've got. I gotta ask. So, did you guys listen to the last episode?
Which one? The one that we were on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to most of it.
Did you listen to where I bleeped names out?
No.
Did you listen to where I bleeped names out?
Usually, I just listen like the first couple minutes and then fast forward to the end.
Hold on, I gotta add to my pet peeves list real quick.
I told you how I listen.
But you knew that, or we knew you were going to.
So it was beeps. It was beeps the whole time. And I didn't know if
that
anyone...
easier than editing?
No, it was a lot more work, but it made it flow a whole lot easier. So I didn't know if maybe perhaps anyone on your text chain, because I said how much I lost in Vegas, how much I won in Vegas, and then for me to actually remember to bleep things out, there was a point where I said some other names that I make sure that I bleep out. And so I just don't know if anyone had said anything.
No, I did not listen to that part.
I'm going to edit this down. But let me see if I can pull this up real quick and find it so you guys can hear it for the first time. Overall, all of last year. Okay, here we go. So you guys will edit it out. But I'm going to tell you guys, $1 was gambled at one casino last year.
But that's not table games.
We barely played table games because table games are like we'll play maybe I probably played $100 on a table game. Overall, all of last year.
It's like a cops episode.
I had this out again. Now it's right. But who else can I mention in here that I have to edit out? Keri.
You did this to yourself. If I started to think about like gambling for the year.
I mean, it was fun editing it out. But yeah, I just like that I also left Keri's name in there. I figured she would enjoy that too, but she didn't listen.
No. You know what's funny? You bring that up. She just asked me the other day when we were on our way to come over here to do another recording. She goes,
"Why?
She goes, have you guys been releasing them? I mean, she knows I've been coming, but
right.
I go, well, yeah, one came out just this last Friday, and she goes, oh, well, you stopped telling me I had to listen, and I haven't heard it for a while. Yeah. And I'm like, so I have to tell you that you have to listen in order for you to listen.
I'm going to force feed you this podcast.
Yeah, this is the thing where it's like she didn't like it at first.
Yeah.
And now she misses it. It's kind of like the scene from Princess Bride where Fred Savage is like, oh, I don't want to read this romance kissing novel. And then he gets halfway through, and then he's like, ew, more kissing, ew. And then like he's like, all right, well, we could just close it up. And he's like, oh no, I mean, we could finish the book now. So that's where Keri's at. Keri's
like starting to care for your kidnapper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Stockholm syndrome. Yeah. Well, that's kind of that makes sense. How she got out, Craig.
Yes, 20 years.
But yeah, so that was fun to have Seth on and go through that. I just didn't know if actually your listeners listen or your friend group listens.
I don't think
anymore.
we have any listeners.
We actually have Holly Polston listens, and I can mention her name. Shout out to Holly. She works at the same place that Corey works.
That's very true.
Did you guys have a conversation afterwards? You talk a little bit after I had.
She told me before. She came up before she had talked to you and said, "Hey,
somebody came up to you."
Well, I worked. Yeah. that doesn't count. They were already there.
Patreon.
And no, she was like, "Hey, I listened to that," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then she's like, "Yeah, I didn't know that you guys did that." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I've been doing that for a while."
Yeah.
And then it was basically like, I don't talk a lot at work
right.
to certain people, so it was like hearing me like actually talk about other things other than work. She's like, yeah, it was kind of cool to listen to you guys, and I was like, all right.
Yeah, and Holly and I had a great conversation too, and I said, I think we've mentioned you in the past.
I think we have when we were talking about
when we first started working,
employees
we worked with because we used to work there.
Because all three of us have worked with her.
But there was a story that I don't know. I couldn't remember, and I told her, hey, okay, do me a favor. Then she's like, I said, I know we've talked about you and shouted you out, but I don't know. There's one story that sticks in my mind of a conversation we were having at a check stand when she was our checker, and you and I were courtesy clerk. She was like 24 at the time. We were doing the math on the whole thing, and now we're old as shit. But but she had said something, and I said, well, you gotta. I said, I think Craig and I talked about it. You gotta listen to all the episodes now to tell us if we listened to it or not, or if we said it or not. But it was something. It was a pretty vulgar joke. It was vulgar joking at the time when she was 24. She'd probably go to jail for it now because we were probably like 17.
Yeah, she should definitely listen to all of them to figure that out.
Yeah, please do.
It's probably in there somewhere.
It might be out there. Corey knows. Corey's like, I don't listen to the new ones, but I listen to the old ones.
Yeah.
Just started.
I just started going through.
And shout out to the people that listen. I'm telling you, this is a huge month too. I'm wondering if I'm getting trolled or pranked pretty hard, and then like I don't know if it's Craig. This is Craig. This is typical Craig. Effing Craig. This is what he does.
He's on to us.
He did the same thing for Pokemon. He thinks that he's I've deleted it. And he kind of floats away in the shadows, only to come back and go, I'm at 40. I didn't care at all, but
you could tell.
But Craig is you didn't listen. Craig is getting my hopes up. Like, hey, people are listening. We're getting about 5,000 downloads a month now. Garage Night is one of our highest. We're out there. And then mid-June, he's going to be like, all right, I'm done downloading this over.
What we did was we were paying somebody of those phone banks. You ever seen those where they sit there and they hit the button? So it's like one lady's got like 40 phones that she just
keeps hitting it over and over.
Yeah, to play it.
I think if you go back and listen to our New Year's resolutions, that you would know that I wouldn't be taking the time to do that because I didn't really think we'd be doing this still at this point.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't think you guys ever played Mafia. Have you guys played Mafia before? We need to play Mafia. Mafia would be a great game to play. But Mafia, in the game, it's a group game. You have like 12 people, 8 people, whatever. Everyone's handed like a playing card deck. Deck of card. Not a deck, a card. Ace is like Mafia. King is like whatever. But anyway, there's like one Mafia in this entire group, and they're trying to figure out who Mafia is. And that person who is Mafia is like has all the excuses in the world.
Do you realize we played that in your backyard?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The fire.
I did not.
You weren't here.
We did play the game like that where you had to find the Nazis.
Yes, it's kind of the same thing.
Secret Nazi game.
Secret Hitler.
Yeah, Secret Hitler. Yeah.
I explained it for Corey. Craig is always about well, if you would have listened to my New Year's resolution, then you'd know it wouldn't be me. It's totally you.
It is. I think I went 3-0 that night. I was here.
You were pretty good. And
were you the Mafia guy?
The best
one of them I was.
The best part is that when Craig was playing, and this is what really helped him in the game, is he was, when he was Mafia, he looked like he had zero interest in playing this game at all. Like it was thoroughly annoying.
That part was true.
It was like, I'm gonna play a stupid game where he's the guy. That
I'm not the mafia.
Why would I? And if I play the stupid game, I wouldn't be it. Stupid game. And then at the end he's like, and then the very next game he was right back to that same, and he wasn't the mafia.
You gotta be consistent.
You do.
Let's do pet peeves.
All right.
Was this hard for you guys to figure out?
Absolutely not. Well,
It was hard to pare it down for me.
It was hard to like rank.
Anyway, okay. So it was hard for me to pare it down.
so for me, what it was is, yeah, I think it was hard for me to pare it down, but then I wanted to really try to do a top 5. And as we go through this, you'll see my top 5. Like I could have did all like just not related to like a certain thing. And what I mean by that is I have a couple that are only pet peeves, but it's my family that causes it. Like outside, it wouldn't be a pet peeve because nobody really does that.
Right.
So I tried to get to where, like, out of the 5, I think I have 2 that were only like caused by being at home, and the other ones are just general type deal.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really order mine. I just thought the first things that came to my head that are pet peeves. I try not to make it all grocery related, but
work. I've got 7. I couldn't pare it down. So, are we wanting to guess each other's real quick?
Well,
I say we guess 2. We don't have to guess all 5. Is there 2
of a
that,
pet peeve of yours?
yeah, like I'm assuming, like for me, I would say what Craig's going to say is that his pet peeve is when people say a certain time and then that person doesn't show up at that certain time.
Do you want me to answer that? Or
No.
That's
That's just one of my guesses.
I gotcha.
And my other, I'll have another. Let's just do one guess each. My guess for Corey is, since he gave us a work clue. People calling in sick when they're supposed to work. I don't know. That's a guess. You got a guess for me?
All right. Well, I'll guess for
Yes.
Corey.
Yeah.
Is people come in and move fruit around, don't put it back in the right spot.
That's a good one. I didn't write that down though, but don't do that.
And my guess for you would be anybody that is more center of attention than you.
Okay. You're cut off.
More center of attention.
Yes, that's all. I'm done. I don't even care anymore. I just wanted to say that out loud.
And we're out. Oh, too bad I didn't record. My laptop didn't record that. Click, 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 click. Corey, what are your guesses? Good one, Craig.
Let's see. Pet peeve for Craig
Is
when I'm better at stuff than him, which is a lot.
what did I say about yours? Not being there for sir.
Not being on time.
Okay, I got another one for
That's
Craig.
a good pet peeve though.
Yeah.
Like if I would say that's one of mine, but not that just in general. Like if you tell me a time,
Yeah.
and then it's like way off of that time, and you didn't be like, hey, I don't care if you're late, but like
Yeah.
a heads up.
Right.
That's a good one.
Well, what's mine? Center attention. Huh? You gonna double down on that?
Having to fix gates and mow lawns.
Yard work. Period.
I have a teenage app for that. Craig's. I'm gonna redo Craig's. If something that he's put a lot of time and effort into in annoying somebody, and it never annoys that person, that would be a huge.
Doesn't happen very often though.
But I know. But when it does,
yeah.
it would be a pet peeve.
Not getting the payoff.
Not getting the payoff. Yeah. All right. Since I have 7, I'm just gonna throw 2 out there, and then we'll do 5.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
All right. So can't get enough. And this sounds horrible, but into my mouth. So what I mean by that is, if you're watching a movie and you pop popcorn, like sometimes the hand is like it's the mouth ratio, and so if you throw
Where is this going?
popcorn into your hand, bear claw of popcorn, and you shove it in your mouth, you realize I could have put like maybe 5 or 6 more pieces of popcorn into my mouth because I like that big, full mouth of popcorn.
So you're saying
Same thing
your hand's not big enough.
Same thing with
fit in your mouth.
with nuts. Same thing with peanuts. Anything you're gonna toss, like Cracker Jacks, anything that you're just gonna throw a large piece amount in your mouth. I want my mouth completely full
With nuts.
with nuts. That's a pet peeve. Can't get it completely full.
I'm gonna leave that one go.
Thank you.
I have a new guess for your pet peeve.
What's that?
That your hand doesn't fit in a Pringles can.
Oh, that sucks. That does suck. And I used to do the one chip Pringles. Now it's like I have to have like a thick, crisp, like 5-chip stacks. If I could do it, you know what? I would probably go 12. I would throw as many Pringles into my mouth as I possibly could and just crunch into them. Another pet peeve, and then we'll move on, is when you accidentally bump a foot underneath a table, or someone bumps yours. Like you're eating at dinner, and then someone bumps, or you're meeting at the office, or even here.
What if they meant to?
Well, then it's awesome.
Oh, okay.
It's a pet peeve when they didn't mean to. Wait, that wasn't on purpose?
That makes more sense.
That pisses me off. I wanted you to touch my foot on purpose. All right, Craig, go ahead and go. Give us one.
I think one of the ones that I came up with, mostly because I've flown a lot in the last 6 months.
That's a
I
good
absolutely hate people that stand up and try to get off the plane before they should.
That is...
I know we've had this conversation on here before.
Because you made
That
me do
almost
it.
made my list, but the opposite. I hate people stand up when they're not supposed, and it's like, hey, listen.
No, that's what I'm
You're
saying.
Group C.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
To get on the
plane.
plane.
To get on. No,
But
I'm
yes,
saying
stand up.
once you're sitting.
Very good.
Guess
yes.
what? I'm in row 25. The guy in 27 doesn't have to stand up, grab his bag, put it there, and it's in the middle,
And
like
just
right beside me.
Yeah.
Like you're 2 rows back.
Right.
But you're talking about boarding.
I'm talking about boarding,
Like
but,
when
but
they're boarding
that's a
first
great
class.
pet peeve. What pisses me off is when people stand up and then they're like rushing and they're right on back. They're on your back, like they're breathing down your neck.
Like we're all getting on the plane.
And then, well, no, this is getting off. Getting
Oh,
off the plane,
okay,
just like
okay.
yours. And then you go down and then you're waiting at the bag freaking return for like 10 minutes with the same person who was like riding your back off of the plane. It's like we're at the same spot.
Getting on the plane's the same thing. You know you're not in first class.
Right.
Why are you going up there?
But it's a pet peeve when a freaking family shows up and you're like, listen, we've all been there. Families shouldn't board first. That's bullshit. Just because you got a family. Everyone's got a family. I got a family. They're not with me.
What if I start crying? Do I get on
Yeah.
first?
I feel like that right there.
Anybody who's in tears boards now.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Anyone with a service animal and I put Corey on a leash.
So I get to board it then?
Yes.
Okay, I'm in.
We get aboard at the same time. That's a good one, Craig. Good pet peeve. Anything more to rant on about that?
No, I'm good.
Got that out
You
there?
guys kind of covered the rest of it because that is part of it also. Not specific, but that one I thought about.
Very good. Very good.
All right.
I'm so mad right now. I have anger right now in my heart right now. Thank you, Craig, for bringing it up. Corey, what's yours?
This one comes out of being in the check stand a lot. I don't like when they come through and they call me like chief or boss. Like it just, I don't know. It just
I
feels
feel
very
like your entire friend group says those words.
not to me.
Yeah, but to others.
Oh, maybe.
I guarantee.
And
Yeah,
you asked me what my pet peeve was, not what they do.
that's good though. Okay.
Like I don't know. It just feels,
You don't like it
It
when-
feels very like I don't know, bro-y and almost like I don't know, generalization. Like
Yeah.
I'm kind of better than you type of thing.
Well, I don't know about that, but they try to. It's like, listen. We're in the slums of Shaolin right now at this work. You are not my bro. You want to be my bro? then go husk some corn over there and put it. You know.
And I will say this: there's a couple of guys that I know for years that do it, and they've shopped there for years, and I like them and I talk to them, but
Yeah.
there's still that initial like,
yeah.
he's gonna call me chief.
That's good. That's really good. So I did this the other day at your work, and I hate this. This is a pet peeve. This isn't in my list, but you just reminded me of something. It's a pet peeve when I do something. Sometimes you have pet peeves. It's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that one again. And I do it all the time. Maybe it's the center of attention thing that Craig was talking about. But I'm like, I want to relate to this person. So I'm like, I said something like your work type lingo. Like, oh yeah, I used to do that.
Oh, does somebody working?
Yeah, someone was working there. And they're like, listen, I got another 8 hours here. You got to leave right now, get in your car and drive away. I have to live this every day of my
Are you
life.
sure you want to do that way? There's an easier way to do that.
I used to work here.
I used to know.
So yeah. Oh, you guys got new phones. I had the big bulkier phones, and we had like 4 things to press to page.
I will say I do that a lot, but I still work there. Like I'll see somebody doing something, and I'm like, "There's a way easier way to do
Yeah,
that." I don't know why you're doing it that way.
You're trying it way too hard,
Yeah.
pal. Pet peeve for me right now, and Mariana Rivera can understand this one. And also anyone out there that's probably like me that likes to go to Vegas and get deals. I hate no mail. I love when I get mail. Like not email. I'm talking
Snail mail.
Snail mail, because sometimes there's baseball cards arriving, or maybe there's like a box of cards, or maybe there's like another, hey, go down to this and for 3 nights. I look forward to when the mailman comes or mailwoman. There's mail women out there.
Now, is this a package thing or a mail thing, though? Because they come separately.
Either way.
You get a package
If I don't, it's a pet peeve if I go to my door and there's nothing sitting
there.
there. Same thing with if there's, that's a good one. Yes, if I open my door and I'm expecting something and I check it like 12 times a day, and on my like 8th time, like, this is bullshit.
Why is this not here?
Why is this not? I'm gonna go drive and get it.
FedEx, make a phone call.
Ready to. But yeah, no mail. I'll take junk mail at this point, and it feels so good to recycle it immediately. Like, I feel like I just accomplished 2 tasks in one. I got my mail, and then I recycled it. It's great. All right, back to you, Craig.
People that recycle. Just kidding.
Do you know what?
Throw it all away.
What a pet peeve of mine was recycling wise, when I found out I wasn't allowed to put glass in the recycle.
That's because it's Pierce County.
In Pierce County, and I was like, that's bullshit. It's going in there anyway.
Right.
Like, don't tell me not to put
In fact, I'm going to throw away everything else, and I'm just going to put glass in that recycling.
It's just going to be a whole glass bin of recycle for you now.
Deal with it.
Enum Claw does it.
Yeah, dude. I've had. Yeah, no, I don't want to talk about that. So I'm already. This is a bad. My blood pressure is so high right now. Listen to
We
some
still
of this
got a lot
stuff.
left.
You set me off with that freaking plane thing, man. I am so mad. Right, I have PTSD from Palm Springs. Keep going.
All right. Next up, people who interrupt in the middle of a conversation. Yes, I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, if you're telling, not necessarily a story that's 10 minutes long.
Right.
But
So
if you're-
Corey.
Yeah. If you're
My question is this. What if they're asking a question pertaining to your story to show interest?
Yes.
That's not an actual interruption.
Okay.
But if I'm talking, let's say we're talking about baseball, and I'm talking about something, and then you're like, "Oh, hey, this weekend, what are you doing?" Just completely interrupt
Away from the topic.
away from the topic.
Yes.
Interrupt. But
Yes.
you're talking. Your question is directed at the same person
Yes.
I'm talking to, or directed at me for that matter. That one of my pet peeves.
Craig's got me flying high right now. I'm gonna go to Safeway, and I'm just gonna put my arm in that like blood pressure calculator thing.
They don't have it anymore. Sorry.
Well, then that makes me mad even more.
Actually, you know
Friday
what?
does.
Oh,
Actually, it
then
might be back. It might be back. I'm not
Well, here's
sure.
the thing. I had a dream. I'm not lying. I had a dream like that last night.
So you put your arm in a blood pressure cuff?
No, that I was telling a joke, and I got down to literally the last like 15 seconds of the joke, where the big payoff is, and I got interrupted. I was at a wedding, and anyway, I don't know. The dream was very weird, but
Whose wedding was it?
it was my uncle's, and he's already married. It made no sense, but
Well,
anyway.
don't worry. Out of all the things that I can come up with to make people upset, I wouldn't interrupt something like that.
That's good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, Corey, what about yours?
So mine kind of rolls into another one. So it started with what I see at work, and that's people that make up their own parking spots where there isn't parking spots. Right? See it all the time. Like that's not where you park.
Where there is striping, though.
Sometimes, yes, and sometimes it's just that's not even. I don't know why you're even there. That's not close to a parking spot. And what that rolls into is like the generalization where there's society norms we've all agreed on that are kind of written like rules, and that people that don't think those apply to them. It's like, here's a parking spot, but it doesn't apply to me. I can do whatever I want. It doesn't matter. To quote what Lee says all the time, if he listens to this isn't Nam. There are rules. I'm going to put that sign up in the parking lot.
My daughter did that the other day. She parked horribly. I made her repark it in front of people. It is annoying. It is a pet peeve. And I know there's a pet peeve coming up on someone saying when someone's on their phone the entire time, or when I'm telling a story, or I'm talking, because I just got a text and I had to reply to it. And I know it's coming. It's coming. Craig's going to hit me with it. And I think Corey's going to hit me with it too.
I did not have it on there.
But that was a pet peeve when you were telling me the story and I was on my phone?
I mean, I
was on my phone, guys.
felt it.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you know where you are?
Sorry about
you're on
what's
your
going on
phone,
here.
so
Sorry about that. Joke stealing. I don't like joke stealing. There's a few people that I know on Facebook that joke steal, and I caught them in it. I don't know if we've talked about this in the past, but back when Facebook was a thing, like 10 years ago.
Carlos what is that guy?
Carlos Mencia.
Mencia. Yeah.
But we have a few people in the Enum Claw community that did that as well. They would.
The Enum Claw Mencias.
I'd catch them in the act because I'd see some stupid like meme thing that had like the joke on it, and then I knew within like 15 minutes they were going to write that exact same one themselves. And so I would just screenshot the thing that I saw and then wait for them to post it. I knew they'd post it. They'd write it themselves and people would laugh. And I'd give it like a good 10, 15 minutes so that people could laugh at it. I didn't want to hit them immediately. But then people are laughing. Oh, you're so funny. Where did you come up with this? And then boom, put it on there. And then that person would eventually delete the whole thing.
Can that just be my pet peeve in general then? Social media? That's just ridiculous.
We're not on you right now.
I know.
You're interrupting us.
That's not a very good idea.
It had to do with the same thing. It was the same topic.
It wasn't
I didn't know
though.
that social media
It was a concern.
Oh, I'll accept that.
Okay.
It was an interruption.
Craig.
I don't know. Where are we at here?
What's going on?
Oh. People that roll and roll and roll and roll the toothpaste roll to get as much out as possible.
That
is ridiculous.
Okay.
If you need
Just toss it.
If you need like a vice to get more toothpaste out instead of just going in the cupboard and getting a new toothpaste, there's issues.
We're so similar, Craig. It's disgusting. This makes so much more sense. This whole Craig and me thing. I may marry the guy after this whole thing.
Sorry, Keri.
I'm
gonna take all mine back now because something's going wrong with
Now
me.
you guys are-
My pet peeve now is
best
my.
being-
I don't
being
even have
pet-
my own pet peeves.
Is being best friends now? Best friends forever.
This is not going well for Craig. This is going awesome for me. You got to fight fire with fire sometimes. You got to fight fire crotch with fire crotch. I've dyed my pubes, Craig. Do you hate that? Was that pet peeve getting called fire crotch when you were a kid?
Nope.
Never?
It's true. I don't care.
Okay.
Or is it?
Corey, what about you, buddy? Do you have a fire crotch?
Well, now that you ask, there's actually a design down there.
What we got?
flame.
What do we got? You ever seen Guy Fieri? Those are my pubes.
So there's one instance where I do this quite a bit, but only to one person. Other than that, I don't like it. It's showing up unannounced to my house. Like if somebody comes to my house and doesn't text me or let me know they're on their way, and like just knocks on my door, it's annoying. Like all you gotta do is let me know, then you're coming.
Yeah, I feel like I'm that guy that would do that though. So
I do it to my parents all the time. That's
it's
the
a
only
little
one I
different.
do it
It's
to.
a little different.
I love messing with people. Like, and as a matter of fact, because I do it to my parents too, and I would probably do it to Corey now that I know it's his pet peeve. Is
I won't answer the door.
I call and say, "Hey, you mind if I come over?" And they say no, and then I just knock on the door like I'm already there. I called.
Wait, so you're already there, and then you're calling,
Yeah.
letting them know that you're going to swing by, and they're like, "No."
Well, no, I mean if they're like, "Oh yeah, come on over," then I just walk
Dude,
up to the front door.
I used to do the unannounced thing until I started realizing that people could be having sex.
There's a lot of things that could be going on.
Well, mostly
Maybe
sex.
I just don't want to see you right then.
Well, sex is always awkward, especially if you drop it in on your parents and you're like, dude, like no one's home.
They don't answer the door. What big deal is that?
Well, but if they do answer the door and they got beads of sweat, I don't want to know that.
Here's what it ended up for me for a long time. If you didn't tell me you were coming, I didn't answer the door for anybody. He learned to the point where he would just beat the door down, and then I knew it was him. Like if it was like 20 minutes of somebody just beating down the door, and I'm like, that's probably Craig. I wouldn't answer the door.
Were you under the bed hiding? Were you like Kevin
I was downstairs
McAllister?
playing video games or doing whatever I was doing. I
okay.
wasn't coming to the.
I thought you were afraid to answer the door.
If I didn't know you were coming, why? I don't need to answer the door. That's on you. You should let me know.
Okay, I guess is that a pet peeve?
No, I just made it on the list for no reason.
All right, mine is close to Craig's.
Surprise!
I hate quarter used stuff. Like I hate getting like, oh, chips sound good, and then going to the pantry and then realizing that's just freaking crumbs left. Toothpaste is another one. Bar of soap is another one. Milk. I mean, there's so many things that. Ice cream you get, and it's like a quart. It's like, dude, like this has got ice on it now. Like, I want something new and fresh. I'm not a frugal person. I mean, I'm not. You know, obviously, I gamble, but I understand using things up. But at the same time, it's like there's nothing better than just. Here's the thing. I will torture myself. I've learned this. It's soap, okay? you get the quarter bar of soap and you're just rubbing the shit out of it on your hands, just trying to get as much lather as you possibly can, and it's not lathering. And then you're like, you're gonna do that for the next 10 showers until it's a little nub. I throw it away and I go get a new, and to me it's like I've earned this. Like if I'm making the money now where I can like throw away,
You're still using bar soap?
Yeah, I don't even use bar soap.
I don't use other stuff. I need lather. I need a nice that I need lather.
You can lather
Do you know what you
yourself with
I found this it's called
body soap.
It's this body soap. It's called Duke Cannon, and it's called Thick, and it's
THICC.
You can lather. It lathers the shit out of you. I'm telling you. Jump over to the train.
Nick,
sir.
Nick Cannon?
Yeah, it's his face on the label.
It's Nick Cannon. Thick Cannon. I like it.
Oh, Duke Cannon.
You know, that was a joke that was stolen already, Craig.
Oh, is
kidding.
it?
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. All right, Craig, back to you. We got 2 more left each.
All right, I got people not prepared to leave when you're supposed to be ready to leave.
Wait, well, okay, time out.
Hey, we're leaving at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay.
And at 8:15, I'm still waiting. Not acceptable.
You know who that sounds like?
A lot of people.
My father.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he was like a military guy that was like, no, by the book, we're leaving at 2:30 hours.
What I'm saying.
Yeah,
if he wanted to leave at 5, you better be ready at 5.
That sounded like
Yeah.
Okay,
That's where he gets it from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna be somewhere, you're on time where you're going, and you leave when you say you're gonna leave.
So then, what about people that come over for the afternoon, and you're winding down? You kind of got something else you want to do. Maybe you want to watch a movie. Kind of wait for people to leave.
If I haven't already said what time I need people to leave by, then I'm fine with them lingering. If I've said, hey, we want to be wrapped up by 6 o'clock, and it's like 6:30, and they're still just hanging out, then it's a little bit different.
Then you get the whip out.
Well, I think that's what you were asking,
Yes,
right?
that's kind of.
If I
He'll
don't,
just tell us to get the hell out.
yeah. If it's something I want to do, but I haven't told everybody that came over ahead of time, hey, I want to go do this, or I'm leaving at a certain time.
Right.
Then if people want to linger and hang out, I'm not going to say anything because you're enjoying it. But if I've said, hey, I need to be out of here by 6 and it's now 6:30 and now I'm going to be late somewhere, especially if I'm going to be late somewhere, then I'm going to be like, out.
Or you have no choice. I'm doing this. So you're either going to come watch this movie or leave.
Or, hey, come outside and check this out. And I lock the door and they can't go back in.
At this point, I'd probably just drop trow, just be in my underwear and be like, oh, sorry, I'm getting comfortable to watch my movie. You're welcome to stay.
Welcome
and then
to
if
stay
they
and watch me
stayed,
shove popcorn into my mouth as much
Well,
as
I can't get enough of it.
You want to help me? Because I can't get enough in there myself.
Yeah. Follow-up question.
Do you wanna
Has
help
Jamie
me?
ever helped you put popcorn in your mouth because you couldn't get enough? with
You're like,
one?
I need 3
No.
more.
Never. No, I usually, the best part of going, I'm talking about I don't really make popcorn. I don't really watch movies at home. But when I go to the movie theater, I want to eat that jumbo popcorn. I want to swim in that thing.
Just face down.
Just absolutely cram. And then and it's not just like a cram, munch. It's like cram, munch. I'm just cramming as
Like
much
breathing
popcorn.
it down.
Oh
Is it
man!
just
until
popcorn?
just
Or
popcorn.
do you do the mix where I've seen
I've
some
done
people
the
throw
whole
the candy in the popcorn?
Yeah, hot tamales or the candy or the no. For me, it's just like give me as much buttery, salty, delicious
Let me pay $10 for
wiener
this tub
popcorn,
of popcorn.
into my mouth as possible.
And let me also pay $7 for this small pop.
I'll do it too. I'll do it. I'll happily spend $40 for popcorn and pop because it's better than the movie.
Do you know what I like to do?
What?
I like to go through the drive-through and get a couple Burger King things and then shove them into a purse, and then that's what I eat in the movie theater.
You bring a purse into the movie theater?
Well, I had a wife for a while. I used her as my smuggler.
Hey, hon, take these. Put these in.
That's pretty much to take your purse in, put these hamburgers in there. That's what we'll have in the movie.
Okay.
You know how much money I saved on that?
What's your pet peeve? People not realizing that
people
you don't
taking hamburgers into the movie theater.
people not realizing that you don't carry a purse. What's yours?
My next one.
Yeah.
It's pretty specific to my work, but any work that has like a bathroom where there's only a stall and like a urinal and that's it. So
Right.
it's a smaller bathroom. If I'm in the stall and somebody else comes in and obviously it's in use, and you stand there to wait for it, I will take extra time. Like, don't just stand. Like, you leave and come back. It's like an unwritten rule. You don't just stand there outside the stall, like just huffing and like waiting.
Are they looking through the crack?
Maybe. Maybe they want to get a show. I don't know.
I don't like the whole door thing.
You'd rather not have.
I'd rather not have a door because what bothers me
On the stall?
is when someone is just like I'm trying to shit in public anyways. But there's nothing that will not make me go at all is if someone just rattles that door a couple times as if it's like, oh, is this unlocked yet? And then they'll leave and they come back. Oh, is this unlocked yet?
But
It's
would
like
you
just
rather
walk
them
in
do
and
that
see
or
me poop
stand
and
there?
then realize someone's there and turn around.
What if I'm saying they stand there like they're waiting for you to finish. I will take way long. I'll get my phone out. I'll play on my phone for 10 minutes.
Dude, my eye hurts so bad. I'm sorry. This is a pet peeve.
Are you crying?
I can't look at you because it hurts.
Was it the
I had to pop my contact
Was
out.
it the popcorn?
Oh, I'm in so much pain right now. I'm like in tears. You can see probably tears streaming down my.
He totally just made his contact pop out to be the center of attention.
Yeah, you did.
Typical Trav.
Really want to take this episode over. Go
Typical
ahead.
Travis.
Tell us. You know what? Tell a story.
Sorry, I understand that now. There isn't, because pooping's the worst, especially when you're trying to avoid work by pooping and someone's standing there. It's usually your manager, just like, it's been 20 minutes. Get back out there.
I'm already getting paid. Might as well get paid to poop.
Might as well. I just made more in the past. I would say that to courtesy clerks that would be walking by. I'd be like, I just made more in my poop there than you did all hour.
Not anymore.
No, it's very close.
They make a lot more than you used to.
Oh man, can you remember? I remember making $4.75, and then checker was making like $13. I'm like, I can't wait to be a checker. That's insane.
Yeah, they pretty much make the same
And
now.
now they make the exact same. It's stupid.
Contract year, though.
Yeah, that's gonna be so much that's gonna happen there. All right, my pet peeve: contract years with the union. No, mine is sour clothes, and it's like sour clothes where it's like sometimes when you have your kid. Well, if a kid will wash clothes, that's their chore, and they put it in the washer.
Oh, they don't dry it.
And they don't dry it right away. It's overnight, and then they dry it, and then they put it in your you eventually wear it, and then you get a little bit of water on that, especially in Western Washington, where it's in the sun and you're sweating or you're getting rained on. It just pops up that aroma of just sour clothing, and you're like, great. The rest of my day, I'm gonna try to have to avoid people because I just stink like a freaking hamper right now. So that's a big pet peeve. Craig, got two more.
Actually, I only have one more.
One more. You're right.
I will tell
People
you,
that can't count.
yes. It's not that hard when you plan things out correctly to show up at the right time.
Yes. Yes.
So and if you don't think you're going to be there at a certain time, don't say it.
That wasn't your number one.
That is my number one.
And I called it.
You did.
And then I reversed it and said, I think it's when you can annoy someone.
You did.
Dang it.
The 6 P's.
The 6 P's of preparation, perspiration, prosperation.
Proper planning prevents
prostitution.
piss poor performance.
That's what we grew up with.
Really?
Yeah. That was our training.
That's what your dad said?
How are we going to be an adult one day? The 6 P's, son.
Say it again.
Proper planning prevents piss poor performance.
Sounds like something that Petchnik would say. That's good. Yeah, I don't like it either, but it doesn't bother me as much because I do it all the time. Corey?
It usually only happens like if you're out drinking. Well, at least for me, if I'm out with people drinking and they're drunk, is like personal space. Like I don't have to have a conversation with you like 4 inches away from my face. Like
that does happen, but it's usually in a loud area.
There's still.
Dude, I can't wait to come up to you at
don't
work
need
and
you.
just be like, "Hey, how are the grapefruits over here? Are they pretty good?"
I'll be like, I can't hear you. Are you talking to me? I just mean there's a general area of not being in somebody's bubble.
Yeah,
And there's people that don't like being touched in general.
right.
You know what I mean? So like just not assuming that you can just rock up to anybody and be like, "Wah."
What do they do?
Bronk, bronk.
Very interesting sound effects over here. I don't like sound effects. No,
one.
people in your face, yeah. It doesn't bother me as much because I maybe do it.
You think?
Do I? Am I a close talker?
There's most of the
Certain
time
times,
as
yeah.
people drink,
I do.
Your
I do.
inhibitions are down. They
I
get
come.
closer.
Yeah. Well, I come up to. I do the side hug.
He's gonna change his number one to listening to Craig talk about me.
And Corey.
What did I do?
I hate podcasts, guests,
I want to do this by myself from
and
now
hosts.
on, so I can tell more stories and be the center.
I'm with Lee on this one. I hate when two brothers hijack a name.
I'm changing the name of the show. Full Travis Cast.
Why didn't I think of that before? I don't need buddies.
It's been that the entire time. It's going to be that meme that I've shown of the two astronauts looking at the Earth and they say, "Whoa, it's been Travis." Oh, that's Travis. It's been Travis the entire time. Last one, you hit on it. Working from home, all that. It's kids not doing what they're going to say. And I think that's kind of the same thing with the sour clothes and the dishes. Oh, I'll do that later. And then they don't. And then they go. And when you have a split up family, they go to their moms or they go to their spouses. And their chore is to do this thing. And then they leave. And then, for the next 3 days, they're not going to touch that. So then now I have to do it. Big pet peeve. Lot of conversations, lot of lectures. Lecture number 45, 46, 47. I mean, it TED Talks talking to my kids about, listen, you need if this is your chore, you got to get it done before you go to mom's. Oh, I forgot. No, you don't forget this often. You're just not doing it. And then I hit up with the 12 P's. Proper planning perfects performance, particularly people preposterating and proselytizing.
That was an I.
I
Perplexing.
don't think that was a word.
Porpoises.
That's only 10.
I did like that ABC book back. That reminds me of the ABC book back in the day with the sweet drawings that you get from the library, where like A would be one picture of aardvarks and antelopes. It was just like
It was actually an apple.
what? No, A is for apples, like your kindergarten when you learn it. But
You know what my pet peeve is? People that correct other people.
oh,
Unless it's a joke. That was pretty funny.
correcting Craig. The 5 C's.
I do actually.
That's not needed. Is that what you're saying?
What?
Correcting Craig. Not needed.
No, that's who you are.
Oh.
That sounds like a Lifetime movie.
Yeah, Craig. Craig
Correcting Craig.
Yeah,
It's like he had like a bad back with like Forrest Gump style.
Yes.
And it's correcting Craig.
he's Benjamin Button in reverse again.
That's just normal aging.
I really wanted to write this movie like Benjamin Button, but with a twist. This guy gets older.
And he's a ginger.
No one's gonna watch that. Name one ginger that's a movie that's in the movies.
The catcher from Sandlot.
Yeah, that guy's on heroin now.
He was
No,
in
I'm kidding.
that soccer movie too, the Big Green.
That was the first time he's ever been called something other than red or fire.
Seamus did movies.
What type?
Action.
Oh,
Crackle, straight to Crackle movies.
straight to Crackle. Skipping the blockbuster.
I'm sure there's a ton of gingers out there making movies straight to Crackle.
Did I get another Patreon that I didn't notice before? Nope, same. It's the same. Kellen Hall, Holly Graff, Eric Madrid, Adam Kenny Art, Seth Loop, Cassie Spencer, Amanda Keating, Ira Potter, Shekinah Sarvish, Jared Skelly, Homer Robertson, Veronica Lara, Ben Illman, James Roberts, Jamie Kenny, Apollo Doggo, Jackson Sidehook, as what Sooth Lep used to call him, Seth Loop. Are you going to pick up your cheese?
Yes.
Today?
You guys want to know what a pet peeve is?
I haven't seen you since you got it.
I'm adding.
I'm surprised
it.
you didn't eat it.
That he told me he was going to.
Dude,
That's why
every
haven't
time
paid
I
him yet.
open up the refrigerator, it smells like smoked goodness, and I'm just staring at smoked cheddar and smoked Pepper Jack, which I got for him, I might charge you double at this point because it has been so much self-control. I almost said F it. Sorry.
Why
dude.
would you charge me double? You should be thanking me for helping you learn self-control.
I've never learned
You should
it.
pay me and give me the cheese.
You know what pet peeve is? When I teach someone a lesson and they don't pay me for it.
Yeah. When they don't accept the fact that I was right.
What, you guys have some shout-outs before we go?
I'll get. You know what? I'll give a shout out to Jamie Roberts.
I like Jamie Roberts.
He's continued to listen to the show.
That's good.
We've always known each other because we work together, but we've got to know each other a little bit more now and everything. And he's a good dude.
He is a really good guy. I don't know him as well as you do, obviously, but every interaction I've had with him, and even when I'm talking about even online, in fact, there might be one that I need to update. He's a good guy. Corey?
I will. What's Angelo's last name? Delvecchio?
Yes.
I will shout out Angelo Delvecchio. Welcome to the league, sir. He'll know what it means.
Dude, are you kidding me?
You didn't make the vote.
Did I even make the vote to be voted on?
No.
Who's out?
I
SM?
think we could talk about it.
SM?
Sean.
Yes.
Sean decided he had some stuff going on.
I figured because
He's got a lot going on.
He's got so much going on, and he was getting fined, and he was getting frustrated, and this season all his guys were just getting hurt and COVID, and he was just kind of done with it. But I'd like to add something to the pet peeve list.
Well,
wait, hold on. Can I add it?
Sure.
How did I not make the freaking vote? Even if it's a 0.
Because okay, you got voted on. You got 0.
Yeah.
Did I get voted on?
No, but it would have been 0. I already know that.
Well, you wouldn't have voted me?
Hey, but I'll tell you
No.
what. You know who you were equal with? You equal.
Pugsley.
No, he doesn't. Why? He doesn't know anybody.
Everybody else that wasn't on the list.
That makes me feel so bad.
and
Did I win it, Craig? Craig, did I win that one, though?
I will tell you this: you were equal. Also, with one, there was 3 people on the list, and one didn't get any votes. You equal with them.
That's what, at least I won on that. How close was the vote between the two?
The one that got it,
Yeah.
6-3.
And then did you guys vote for that person? Or did you guys vote for the 3? The 3.
I
voted.
voted for the
6.
person that won.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. Well, welcome, Angelo.
Yes.
Is that his real name?
Yeah.
I feel like you made that one up.
No,
He plays softball.
play
with us
softball.
and
Angelo Delvecchio sounds like the biggest boss mob name I've ever heard in my life.
You know what the best thing is?
What?
He's a huge Cowboys fan.
Oh, I have one of those.
Yeah.
Those are fun
Yeah.
because then you just talk shit to that person the entire time.
Well, there's 2 Eagles fans in the league, and now there's a Cowboys fan.
You just need to somehow get
Another Cowboys
a
fan.
Commander fan thrown in there as well and a Giants fan. But those are hard to find.
Yeah.
He actually is the only person I've made a bet with, not monetarily, but that there was a result or if something would have happened 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys Eagles out of the game because they play each other twice.
Yes.
Right.
And then they match up in the playoffs?
They would have that year, but they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But out of the series, we were going to bet if whoever lost, like if somebody went 2-0,
Yeah.
you had to put out in your front yard like a sheet of plywood sign rooting on that you're a fan of the other
Of
person's
the other player.
team, right?
I like that. Getting the flag and hanging it.
Well, the
Yeah.
best part was this, and I thought about this ahead of time. Where I lived at the time, because it wasn't where I live now, I was in a development. So you would have had quite a bit of people that went by. Well, where Angelo lives is, I won't say exactly where, but it's on Griffin, like main road, that there would have been so many people that saw him with the Eagles.
Yours would be nothing.
Oh,
Yours would be absolutely nothing.
so I'm like, yeah, we'll make that bet.
You know what I would love would be if we could bet something high stakes, like super high stakes. And then,
What's super high stake? Like,
well, I was thinking like he has to get for
a
his
tattoo?
No, his pool has to have like the other team's logo
On the bottom?
On the bottom
Oh, that is
for
pretty good.
for a full year.
I ain't paying for that.
No, that person would. But
If that person paid for it, hey, if somebody wants to pay for it, they can come over and put any logo they want on my pool.
really?
can we start can we start a GoFundMe to get the picture of Craig as a dolphin on the bottom of the pool?
That was a mural.
Yeah,
Hand
yeah,
hand
painted on the
mural.
bottom.
Yeah.
Will you, if there's a GoFundMe and we find an artist
That would be willing to do
will
it
you
that
drain
mural?
your pool so he can paint the bottom of your
Oh, I
pool
definitely think about that.
of you as a dolphin.
You're not going to get people to put that much money in because I guarantee that's
I don't need
large amount
I don't
of money.
need a lot from a little. I need a little from a lot.
That's what we need here.
Yeah.
Or we can just have my brother do it.
Artist, how much would he charge?
Well,
Has he painted a bottom of a pool before?
is he at gunpoint or am I actually offering him money?
We'll offer him whatever the GoFundMe gets.
He charges quite a bit.
And this would be a pretty in-depth mural.
Like what? Like
we talked about this.
like
This
4,000?
This was me swimming, but half of my body's a dolphin, and I look amazing as I'm doing it. And it's
So-
a complete mural.
His top half is him, and the bottom
Would
half
you
is
much
a
rather
dolphin
have a
tail.
tattoo of it or on the bottom of your pool?
Well, why am I getting a tattoo if I'm like
Of yourself.
You mean
It's
if I'm
of
losing?
yourself.
A tattoo of himself as a
Yeah,
dolphin?
As a dolphin.
Why would I need anybody else to do that if I really wanted to?
He only shows the top half, so
Yeah.
it's just him.
You know
Like,
what?
Muscular version of him.
you
Like,
know what?
look at me.
We would put it as a tramp stamp and angle it that way where you just be peeking out of your underwear shorts.
Like
holding.
You just muscular. And then if you drop trow a little bit,
It's a
it's
dolphin
just a
tail.
dolphin tail. Like that person's like, that's the weirdest tattoo I've ever seen. And you're like, wait till you see this.
Wait till you. Hey, I'm not gonna do it for you, but pull down the rest.
For $5, I'll show you the rest of it.
Hey, find out how much your brother will charge.
Okay.
We'll start a GoFundMe to get like $3 or $4 grand.
That'll never happen.
And that's a large mural. It'd be more than that.
I want to give a shout out to Holly Graff. Holly Graff came up with the pet peeve topic. She's got a few other topics for us to do down the road. If you guys have topics as well, let us know. Appreciate the input on that. And then also, I want to shout out, and Craig said this, and he's right, because I'm going to shout out me for a moment. And the reason I'm going to shout out me is because Holly,
Because nobody else ever does.
no one else ever does, and Holly.
Are you crying again?
Yeah, and it's not because of my contacts. It's because of my personal contacts and not my eye contacts. Holly Graff had a puppy and paw sip, like potty. It sounds like everyone came over and just took a poop in their lawn, but it was like for what she does, Scout and Cellar. People come over. So Jamie was over there, Sarah Johnson, Susan Ferguson, a few others, and actually it turned out Jamie said there's like 15 to 20 people there. She said there's quite a bit. I thought it would be like only a few. And as we get talking and people introducing themselves, it's like, oh, wait, you're Susan Ferguson? Oh, you're, and all they know each other from is the discussion board that I created out of anger. And it's funny how we even have friendships that I have friendships with, and Jamie has friendships, like Desi B went to church with her on Sunday, and like there's these different friendships. We had Nick Nance come out, never met Nick Nance before, and he's, there's a lot of different things that are moving. It's dying out, which is fine by me, and maybe I think it played its part, and it's now just becoming. I never had any aspirations for it. I was going to delete it, and I may do that soon, but at some point, but. It's pretty cool that people were able to meet each other and know each other off of that. So shout out to me.
Just bringing people together.
Bringing people together. Let's do it.
You should start your own dating app where you match people yourself.
Can I
really bring people
Can
together.
I change my shout out?
Everyone needs to submit nudes.
Can I?
Yeah.
I really felt that was heartfelt what you said. Can I change my shout out?
Yeah, please.
I'd like to give a shout out to Connor, 18, for just being a good guy.
He is. He is. Connor gave me this.
Oh, that was nice.
Connor dropped this by my house. It's Wheaties from 1912.
And you didn't shout him out for that?
Yeah.
Shout out yourself?
Wow.
I think I wouldn't have known Connor if it wasn't for me. But anyway, yeah, he brought me a Wheaties, American League West Division champs.
What a nice guy.
Alex,
That's full,
A-Rod,
too.
Randy Johnson. He did, still got it.
Nice.
Still, he's filled it up with TNT, and I just shook it up. Nitroglycerin. Anyway, we've gone well over into an hour. Everyone, thanks so much for listening. Have a great week. Craig and Corey, appreciate you guys, and Craig did make me feel angry.
I appreciate you.
Thanks, Craig.
That was so nice.
That was actually to Corey.
Yeah. Thank you.
Have a great week, everyone.
Hello.
Goodbye.